Okay, thank you very much for having me here. Thanks to Ijan Sarsa. He's always great to put everybody down under one roof. It's all about connectivity, learning, and growth, right? And to Governor Saab for hosting us, he's always very proactive. So glad to be here. Coming back to your question about what we expect from the KP government for the industry to grow. The KP being, we currently have 4 or 5 factories running in steel manufacturing in Hatar. And we're also present in SCZ as well. And the problem we're having is the logistic cost, which is not competitive. If you look across the board, look at textile, which is the export sector, a lot of different sector, look at steel, which is again power intensive. The cost of electricity is very high, as is one that you look at. It's very high compared to Bangladesh, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, and other regions, China. So even if you bring the technology, you're not able to convert or you're not able to compete on these rates. KP has hydropower. We have the biggest hydropower production in the country. And previously, there was a department, still have a department by the Movenpick. We've done wheeling. There were three examples where the bids were accepted and there were 3 factories running on wheeling through bidding. Now, I think we're working on, we try to work with PDO on the government side. I think they've known the universal policy, but they need to implement and then speak consistency. So on the PDO side, if we can get wheeling, electricity, hydropower cheaper, we will become very competitive. And I think with the electricity cost being very high, we're the highest in the region. We're the highest in the region. And for industry to function and flourish, like you talk about exports. For textile. Currently, right, 9% textile is shut down. It's not operating. So where are the exports? Where are the exports? I mean, when we invest in any origin or any region, it's all about our market, right? I mean, a lot of people come in with new factories, they install them, they give with low interest rates, their financing, which Usman mentioned, the interest rates are very high. People even give them short-term, very low financing. But not being able to compete on that, and why are they shut down right now? Because they're not competitive. They're not able to export because the technology is there, the plant equipment is there. They're not able to export because they're not able to compete. That's one thing that we need that hydropower policy to be streamlined, transformed, refined, and we should be able to get that cheap hydro. Hydro is the cheapest form of electricity. We're able to get that. We're paying for that. The finance minister of KP mentioned to us they've got the financing and they're also paying for that. And we need to get that ROI back to the industries being put in KP. And then you'll see relocation of industries in KP. Similarly, I had the opportunity to be on the KPS board, which is the industry board, and also the Rashagi. Currently, I'm also on the Rashagi board along with 5 factories. Represented to cover Pakistan. What is the issue in Rashagi? It's security. It's the ease of doing business, right? And utilities, bureaucracy, a one-window operation. That's not. These are things that are very difficult. Interest rate cost, that's something that should be a cheaper incentive package for interest rates where we're able to get low financing for our projects or short-term or long-term. That's something we can look at. Infrastructure, that's been built. We've got a few economic zones that need to be developed. Work takes, the execution is very, very long. The project gets launched and it runs for like 10 years. If you come into a zone, we've experienced it, So that's something that they need to work on as a consistency policies. One government goes, the sector comes in, we need to have consistency policies. So that who's working in the sector, they're able to also excel and also follow the roadmap. As you mentioned, housing is a big sector. It's they require industry as well. And if you go to construction, there are 135 industries which are like construction. That has slowed down the country. How do we pick that up? So construction, if you talk about it, housing currently Prime Minister looking into it. I think they had a conference on the 18th, it's been delayed now, on building small houses, cheap financing 6% to promote building your own house. So that is low financing to being able to get that low financing, the access to capital, and then to be able to build your house. That's one way of supporting the industry. That's one thing. Second, infrastructure. Yes, I agree that has to be there. If you're building society, you need the infrastructure around it. Utilities, electricity, We have the highest cost of electricity again. Now back to the same question. So that we should work on the hydel generation and supply it in the housing industry as well. So that's something that we can do. And with hydel, actually, with hydel power production, we can also have reintegration of industries from Karachi or from Punjab, from Sindh to Karachi has Sindh wind energy. We've got hydel. Nothing we need to capitalize on what we have.